Welcome to my channel, Book 2 Fluent. Have you ever felt that you understand English, but when it's time to speak, your mind suddenly becomes empty? You know words, you know grammar, but fluency feels far away. What if I tell you, fluency is not about knowing more. It's about using what you already know in a different way. Stay with me till the end, because today, something inside you will change. Chapter 1. Why Fluency Feels So Far. Have you ever felt this strange situation in your life? You understand English, you read it, you even recognize many words when you hear them. But when it is your turn to speak, everything suddenly stops. Your mind becomes quiet, your confidence goes down. And in that moment you start thinking, maybe I am not good enough. Maybe my English is still weak. But let me tell you something very important, and I want you to really feel this. Your problem is not that you don't know English. Your problem is that you are not using English in the way that creates fluency. This is the truth that most learners never hear, and because of that, they stay stuck for years. Many people believe fluency comes from learning more and more, so they keep watching videos, reading books, memorizing vocabulary, and studying grammar rules again and again. And yes, all of these things are helpful, but only to a point. After that point, they stop helping and start slowing you down. Because fluency is not built in your notebook. It is not built in your mind alone. Fluency is built when your mind and your mouth work together in real time. And if you are not practicing that connection, then no matter how much you learn, speaking will always feel difficult. Let me explain this in a very simple way. Imagine you want to learn how to swim. You can read books about swimming. You can watch videos about swimming. You can understand every rule of swimming. But if you never go into the water, will you ever become a swimmer? No. You will have knowledge, but you will not have skill. And fluency is a skill. It is not just knowledge. It is something you do, not something you only know. This is the moment where many learners realize something powerful. They are not stuck because they are bad. They are stuck because they are practicing the wrong way. Now think about your own journey. How many times did you tell yourself, I will speak when I know more words? Or I will speak when my grammar becomes perfect. Or I will speak when I feel confident. And what happened? Days passed, weeks passed, maybe even months passed, but that perfect moment never came. Because confidence does not come before speaking. Confidence comes after speaking. This is a very important shift. When you understand this, everything starts to change inside you. There is also another hidden problem that keeps fluency far away from you. It is fear. The fear of making mistakes. The fear of being judged. The fear of sounding slow or wrong. And because of this fear, you stop yourself before you even try. You create silence in your own life. But here is the truth that can change everything. Every fluent speaker you see today was once a beginner. They made mistakes. They spoke slowly. They felt nervous. But they did one thing differently. They did not stop. They kept using the language, again and again, even when it felt uncomfortable. Fluency grows in uncomfortable moments, not in perfect moments, not when everything feels easy. It grows when you try, when you struggle, when you speak even with broken sentences. That is where real progress happens. And I want you to remember this line because it can change your mindset forever. Mistakes are not your enemy. Silence is your enemy. When you stay silent, nothing grows. But when you speak, even a little, something inside you becomes stronger. Now here comes a powerful question for you, and I want you to think about it honestly. What if your fluency is already inside you? What if you already know enough English to start speaking, but you are just not using it? Think about the words you already know. Simple words like I, you go eat, like want. With just these small words, you can already create many sentences. I want food. I go home. I like this. These are not perfect sentences, but they are real communication. And fluency starts from here. not from complex grammar or big vocabulary. This is the moment where your journey can change. Not tomorrow, not next week, right now. Because you don't need to wait anymore. You don't need to become perfect before you start. You need to start to become better. That is the real path of fluency. Small steps, simple sentences, daily use, again and again. Slowly, your brain starts building speed. Slowly, your fear becomes smaller. Slowly, your confidence becomes stronger. And I want you to feel proud right now, because if you are watching this, it means you are trying. It means you care. And that is already a big step. Many people never even try, but you are here, you are learning, and now you are about to change the way you learn. From this moment, you are not just a learner, you are becoming a speaker. So remember this clearly. Fluency feels far not because it is difficult, but because you are looking at it in the wrong way. The moment you change your approach, fluency starts coming closer to you, step by step, day by day. And in the next chapter, we are going to take a powerful step forward. You will learn why you must stop only learning and start using English in your real life, because that is where your real transformation begins. Chapter 2. Stop learning, start using. Let me ask you something very honestly. How many times have you watched English videos, read lessons, or learned new words and felt happy because you understood everything? But later, when you tried to speak, nothing came out? You felt like your mind was full, but your mouth was empty. This is one of the biggest problems that English learners face, and it can quietly stop your progress without you even realizing it. You feel like you are learning, but you are not moving forward. And today, we are going to change that completely. The truth is simple, but very powerful. Learning is not the same as using. You can learn for hours, but if you don't use the language, your brain does not build fluency. Your brain needs action. Your brain needs repetition. Your brain needs real-life use. Without that, everything you learn stays passive. It stays quiet. It stays locked inside your mind. And that is why, even after months or years of learning, speaking still feels difficult. Think about a child learning a language. A child does not sit and study grammar rules. A child does not memorize long vocabulary lists. A child listens and then tries to use the language immediately. Even if the sentence is broken, even if the pronunciation is not perfect, the child keeps using it again and again. And slowly, naturally, fluency starts growing. This is the natural way of learning a language, and you can follow the same way even as an adult. Now here comes a powerful shift. From today, you are not just a learner, you are a user of English. This is your new identity. You don't wait to become perfect. You don't wait to know everything. You use what you already know, even if it is small, even if it feels simple, because simple use creates real fluency. Let's make this very easy for you. You don't need 1,000 words. You don't need complex sentences. You only need a few simple sentences that connect to your real life. For example, you wake up in the morning and say, "I am awake." Then you say, "I feel sleepy." Then you say, "I will drink water." These are very small sentences, but they are real. They are connected to your life. And when you use them every day, your brain starts building strong connections. Here is something very important to understand. Repetition is not boring. Repetition is powerful. When you repeat simple sentences again and again, your brain becomes faster, your mouth becomes more comfortable, your fear becomes smaller, and slowly, you stop thinking too much. You start speaking more naturally. This is how fluency grows, not from new information, but from repeated use of simple information. Now imagine this. Instead of learning 50 new words today and forgetting them tomorrow, you take just 10 simple words and use them in many different sentences. I go home. I go outside. I go to eat. I go to sleep. You are not just learning the word go, you are living it. You are making it part of your speaking system, and this is what creates fluency. There is also another important thing that you need to change. Stop thinking that English is something you only practice during study time. English is not a subject. English is a part of your life. You can use it anytime. When you are walking, when you are eating, when you are sitting alone, when you are thinking. Every moment can become a practice moment. And when English becomes part of your daily life, fluency starts growing naturally. Now here comes a strong moment, and I want you to really feel this. You don't need more knowledge right now. You need more usage. Let me say it again. You don't need more knowledge. You need more usage. Because everything changes when you start using what you already know. Your confidence grows. Your speed improves. Your fear disappears. And most importantly, you start believing in yourself. At the beginning, it may feel slow. It may feel uncomfortable. You may stop in the middle of your sentence. You may forget words, and that is completely okay. This is part of the process. This is how your brain learns. Every time you try, even if it is not perfect, you are building something strong inside you. You are building fluency step by step. So from today, make a simple promise to yourself. I will use English every day, even if it is just a few sentences. Not perfect sentences, not long sentences, just real sentences. Because real use creates real results. And you will be surprised how quickly things start changing when you follow this simple rule. You are no longer someone who only watches and learns. You are someone who speaks and uses. This is your turning point. This is where your journey becomes real. And in the next chapter, we are going to take another powerful step. You will learn why you must start speaking, even before you feel ready, because that is where your real confidence is waiting for you. Chapter 3. Speak before you feel ready. Let me tell you something that might surprise you. The moment you are waiting for, the moment when you feel completely ready to speak English, may never come. Not because you cannot learn, not because you are not capable, but because readiness is not something you feel first. Readiness is something you create by taking action. And this is where most learners get stuck. They keep waiting for confidence, for perfect grammar, for more vocabulary. But fluency is not built in waiting. Fluency is built in doing. Think about your own experience. How many times have you said to yourself, I will speak tomorrow, or I will speak when I feel more confident, and then tomorrow comes and nothing changes? The same fear, the same hesitation, the same silence. This cycle continues again and again, and slowly it becomes your habit. But today, we are going to break this habit. Today, you are going to understand a powerful truth. You don't need confidence to start speaking. You need speaking to build confidence. At the beginning, speaking will feel uncomfortable. Your sentences may be slow. You may stop in the middle. You may not find the right word. And your mind may tell you, this is not good. But I want you to remember something very important. This is not failure. This is progress. Every time you try to speak, even if it feels messy, your brain is learning. Your brain is building connections. Your brain is becoming faster. And this is exactly how fluency is created. Let's make this very simple and practical for you. You don't need a big audience. You don't need a perfect partner. You can start speaking right now, even if you are alone. Talk to yourself. Say what you are doing. say what you are thinking. For example, you are sitting and watching this video. You can say, I am watching a video. I am learning English. I feel excited. These are small sentences, but they are powerful because you are using English in real time. Another simple method is the mirror method. Stand in front of a mirror and speak to yourself. Look at your face. Speak slowly. Don't worry about mistakes. Just speak. At first, it may feel strange. You may even laugh at yourself. But after a few days, something magical happens. You start feeling comfortable. You start hearing your own voice in English. And slowly, your fear starts disappearing. Now here comes a very important moment, and I want you to feel this deeply. Fluency is built in uncomfortable moments, not comfortable ones. When you feel nervous and still speak, you grow. When you feel unsure and still try, you grow. But when you wait for everything to feel easy, you stay the same. Growth always comes from a little discomfort, and this discomfort is not your enemy, it is your teacher. There is also something else that stops many learners: the fear of making mistakes. They think, what if I say something wrong? What if people laugh? What if I sound stupid? But let me ask you something. How will you learn if you never make mistakes? Mistakes are not a sign that you are bad. Mistakes are a sign that you are trying, and every mistake is a step forward. Imagine a baby learning to walk. The baby falls many times, but the baby does not stop. The baby does not say, I will walk when I am perfect. No, the baby keeps trying, and because of that, one day, the baby walks confidently. Your English journey is the same. You will make mistakes. You will feel slow. But if you keep going, you will become fluent. Now let me give you a simple challenge. Starting today, speak at least 3 sentences in English every day. Even if you feel not ready. It can be anything. I am tired. I want food. I like this video. Simple sentences. No pressure. Just speak. This small action will start changing your brain. It will make speaking normal for you. And slowly, those 3 sentences will become 5, then 10, then more. And here is something beautiful. The more you speak, the less you fear. The less you think, the more you flow. The more you try, the better you become. This is the natural process of fluency. Not fast, not perfect, but real. So from this moment, stop waiting to feel ready. You are already ready enough to begin. You don't need perfect English to speak. You need speaking to build your English. This is your turning point. This is where you move from thinking to doing. And in the next chapter, we are going to unlock one of the biggest secrets of fluency. You will learn how to think in English instead of translating. Because when your mind starts thinking in English, your speaking becomes faster, smoother, and more natural. That is where true fluency begins. Chapter 4. Think in English, not translate. Now we are going to talk about something that silently slows down your fluency every single day. And you may not even notice it. It is the habit of translating. You hear something in English, and your brain quickly changes it into your native language. Then when you want to speak, you think in your native language first, and then try to convert it into English. This process feels natural, because you have done it for a long time. But this is exactly what is stopping your fluency from growing. Let me show you what happens inside your mind. When you think in your own language and then translate, your brain is doing extra work. It is like taking a long road when a short road is available. You think, you translate, you check grammar, you try to remember words, and by the time you are ready to speak, the moment is gone. This is why your speech becomes slow, broken, and full of hesitation. Not because you don't know English, but because your brain is taking too many steps. Now imagine something different. Imagine you see a glass of water, and instead of thinking the word in your language, your mind directly says, water. No translation, just direct meaning. This is how fluent speakers think. They don't translate. They connect English words directly with real life, with objects, feelings, actions. And this is what we are going to build inside you, step by step. Here comes a powerful idea that can change everything. English is not a subject, it is a feeling. When you hear the word hungry, you don't need to translate it. You can feel it in your body. When you hear happy, you can feel the emotion. When you hear run, you can imagine the action. This direct connection is the secret of thinking in English. And the best part is, you can start this today, even with very simple words. Your Turk. Let's make this very easy. Start with small thoughts, not long sentences, not complex ideas, just small, simple thoughts. For example, you are sitting right now. Say in your mind, I am sitting. You are watching this video. Say, I am watching. You feel interested. Say, I feel interested. These are very simple sentences, but they are direct. You are not translating. You are thinking in English, and this is how the habit begins. At first, it may feel slow. You may still translate sometimes, and that is okay. Don't fight it. Don't feel bad. Just gently bring your mind back to English again and again. This is like training a muscle. The more you practice, the stronger it becomes. And slowly, something amazing starts to happen. Your brain stops going back to your native language. It starts staying in English for longer time. Here comes a strong moment that I want you to remember. Fluent people don't translate. They feel the language. They don't think, what is this in my language? They think, what does this mean? This small difference creates a big change, because meaning is faster than translation. Meaning is natural. Meaning is direct. Another simple technique you can use is visual thinking. When you think of a word, don't think of translation. Think of a picture. For example, when you hear apple, imagine a red apple in your hand. When you hear run, imagine yourself running. This makes your brain connect English with real life, not with another language. And this makes your thinking faster and clearer. You can also practice thinking in English during your daily routine. When you wake up, say, I am awake. When you eat, say, I am eating. When you walk, say, I am walking. These small moments are powerful because you are training your brain to live in English, not just study it. And when English becomes part of your daily thinking, speaking becomes much easier. Now I want you to understand something very important. You don't need to think in perfect English. You just need to think in simple English. Many learners try to create long, complex sentences in their mind, and they get stuck. But fluency does not start with complexity. It starts with simplicity. One simple sentence is enough. Then another, and slowly, your thoughts become longer and more natural. There will be moments when you forget a word. Your mind will stop, and you may feel frustrated. But this is not a problem. This is part of learning. In that moment, you can use simple words to explain your idea. For example, if you don't remember the word calculator, you can say, the machine for numbers. This keeps your thinking moving. This keeps your fluency alive. So from today, make a small decision. I will think in English even if it is slow, even if it is simple, because this small habit will create a big change in your life. The more you think in English, the less you translate. The less you translate, the faster you speak. And the faster you speak, the more confident you feel. This is the moment where your fluency starts to flow more naturally, not because you learned something new, but because you changed how your brain works. And in the next chapter, we are going to make this even stronger. You will learn a simple daily routine that will help you practice fluency every day without stress. This is where your progress becomes consistent and powerful. Chapter 5: Your Daily Fluency Routine. Now everything becomes real. Until now, you understood the problem, you changed your mindset, you started speaking, and you began thinking in English. But here is the truth. Without a simple daily system, all of this can slowly fade away. Motivation comes and goes. Some days you feel excited. Some days you feel lazy, and if you depend only on motivation, your fluency will also go up and down. That is why this chapter is very important. Today, you are going to build a simple daily routine that will make your fluency grow step by step every single day without pressure. Let me make this very clear. You don't need hours of practice. You don't need a perfect schedule. You don't need to change your whole life. You only need small, consistent actions. Even 10 to 15 minutes a day is enough if you do it the right way. This is where most people make a mistake. They try to do too much in one day. They feel tired, and then they stop completely. But your goal is not to do everything. Your goal is to do something every day. So let's build your simple fluency routine together. A routine that fits your real life. A routine that feels easy. A routine that you can follow even on your worst day. We will divide it into 3 simple parts: morning, day, and night. Nothing complicated, just small actions that create big results. In the morning, when you wake up, don't start your day in silence. Start your day with English. Just 2 or 3 simple sentences. For example, I am awake. Today is a new day. I feel a little sleepy. These are not big sentences, but they are powerful because you are telling your brain, today we are going to use English. This small habit changes your mindset for the whole day. It wakes up your English thinking. Now during the day, you don't need to find extra time. You just need to use the moments you already have. When you are walking, say in your mind, I am walking. When you are eating, say I am eating. When you see something interesting, describe it. This is a big building. The weather is nice. These are very small sentences, but they keep your brain active in English. You are not studying, you are living English. And this is the biggest difference. There will be moments when you forget words. There will be moments when your sentence feels broken. And that is okay. Don't stop. Use simple words. Use what you know. The goal is not perfection. The goal is continuity. Keep the flow alive, because every time you continue, your brain becomes stronger. Now at night, before you sleep, take just a few minutes to reflect. Think about your day in English. You can say, today was good. I worked. I learned something new. Even if it is just 3 or 4 sentences, it is enough. You can also repeat some sentences you use during the day. This repetition makes your learning stronger. It tells your brain, this is important. Here comes a powerful moment that I want you to remember. Small daily actions create big fluency. It is not one big day of practice that changes your life. It is many small days of practice that build your confidence slowly, like drops of water filling a glass. One drop looks small, but many drops create something full and powerful. Another important thing is consistency. You don't need to be perfect every day. Some days you will do more, some days you will do less, but never stop completely. Even on your busiest day, speak just one sentence, just one, because when you keep the chain alive, your habit becomes strong. And when your habit becomes strong, fluency becomes natural. Also, don't make your routine heavy. Don't turn it into pressure. If you feel stress, you will stop. Keep it light. Keep it simple. Enjoy the process. Smile when you speak. Feel proud of your small progress, because every small step matters. Let me give you a simple image in your mind. Imagine two people. One studies English for 2 hours once a week. The other speaks English for 10 minutes every day. After 1 month, who will be more fluent? The second person, because daily use builds real skill. This is the power of consistency. To feel something. You are no longer confused. You are no longer lost. You have a clear path. You know what to do in the morning, during the day, and at night. This clarity gives you power. This routine gives you control. And when you have control, your confidence grows naturally. So from today, don't wait for the perfect plan. You already have a simple system. Start small, stay consistent, keep going, and slowly, without even realizing it, your English will become faster, smoother, and more natural. And in the next chapter, we are going to bring everything together. You will see how all these small steps turn into real confidence. You will feel the transformation inside you. This is where your fluency becomes real, not just practice. Chapter 6. From Practice to Real Confidence. Now we are here at a very special moment in your journey. Not the end, but a new beginning. Because something inside you has already started changing. You are no longer the same person who was afraid to speak, who kept waiting for the perfect time, who thought fluency was far away. Now you understand something deeper. Fluency is built step by step, day by day, moment by moment. And when you understand this, confidence is no longer something you chase. Confidence becomes something you grow. Think about everything you have done until now. You stopped waiting for perfection. You started using simple sentences. You spoke even when you felt uncomfortable. You began thinking in English. You created a daily routine. These may look like small actions, but together they create something very powerful. They change how your brain works. They change how you feel about English. And slowly, they change how you see yourself. At first, your practice felt slow. You had to think before every sentence. You made mistakes. You stopped in the middle. Sometimes you felt frustrated, but you did not stop. And because you did not stop, something amazing started happening. Your sentences became easier. Your thinking became faster. Your fear became smaller. This is how real confidence is built, not in one big moment, but in many small moments of trying. Here comes a powerful realization. Fluency is not a big event. It is not one day where suddenly everything becomes perfect. Fluency is a collection of small wins. The first time you say a full sentence without stopping. The first time you understand something without translating. The first time you speak without fear. These are the real milestones, and each one brings you closer to your goal. Now I want you to imagine your future self. Close your eyes for a moment and see yourself speaking English freely. You are not thinking too much. You are not afraid. You are expressing your thoughts naturally. You are having conversations. You are understanding people. You are enjoying the language. This version of you is real. This version of you is possible. And this version of you is being built right now, with every small effort you make. There will still be challenges. There will be days when you feel slow again. There will be moments when you forget words. There will be times when you feel like you are not improving. But don't let these moments stop you. These are normal. These are part of the journey. Even fluent speakers have days when they struggle. The difference is, they keep going. Remember this clearly. You don't need to be perfect to be confident. You need to be consistent to be confident. Confidence comes from action. Every time you speak, you prove to yourself that you can do it. Every time you try, you become stronger, and slowly, your belief in yourself grows. There is also something very important that happens when you keep practicing. English stops feeling like a subject. It starts feeling like a part of you. You don't think, I am learning English. You feel, I am using English. This is the moment where everything changes. Because now, English is not something outside you. It is something inside you. Let me give you one more powerful thought. You are not behind. You are not late. You are exactly where you need to be. Everyone's journey is different. Some people move fast, some people move slow. But what matters is that you are moving. And if you keep moving, you will reach your goal. Now I want you to take a deep breath and feel proud of yourself. You started this journey. You stayed till the end. You learned something valuable. And most importantly, you are ready to take action. Because knowledge without action changes nothing. But action, even small action, changes everything. From today, don't just watch videos. Don't just listen. Speak, think, use, live the language. Make English part of your life, not just part of your study. And you will see something beautiful happen. Your fluency will grow naturally, without pressure, without fear. And now, this is your moment. Start today. Speak your first sentence right now. It doesn't need to be perfect. It just needs to be real. Write it in the comments. Share your journey. And if you want to keep improving, make sure to subscribe to this channel, like this video, and stay connected with me. Because I am here to guide you, step by step, until you become fluent. Thanks for watching, and I will see you soon in the next video.